I never really know what to say at the beginning of these because nobody knows I'm coming on. But hey, I wanted to come on for a bit and answer questions because I know people have questions about the PR and about what I do and all that kind of stuff. So here I am. I thought I'd come on for a bit and answer questions and, that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah. What's going on, Tyler? How are you? If you have any questions about who I am or what I do, just let me know. And my name is Wes or Moose. You can see my moose horns. I run Metalcoffeepr, and I've been making videos, and the videos have been getting a lot of good traction, which is awesome because I get really cool. Hi, Christy. Really cool feedback from people about these videos that I'm making. The videos that I'm making are for bands, suggestions for bands, ideas for bands, because a lot of bands are doing a lot of wrong things because they've heard it's the right thing to do. So I try to make these videos to let them know, here's maybe a better idea. Let's try this. Nicholas from Doan is watching. Very, very cool. I almost said France, but he's not in France. He's in Doan. What's going on, Tom? Mike, how are you guys? So listen, like I said, this is really kind of a question and answer deal. I don't have a lot to specifically say today. I didn't come on with, what's up, Aaron? I came on so people could ask questions because I get a lot of questions, and then sometimes it's hard to get back to people because there's a lot of emails coming back and forth in my day. So I'm here to answer questions about how I do things and why I do things the way I do them, and also to just introduce myself to some people out there who may not know who I am or what I do. So like I said, my name is Wes, or my nickname is Moose, and I run Metalcoffeepr. I'm in my studio right now, so you can see some of my toys behind me. So anyway, it's better than doing it in like the living room. So anyway, yeah, man, invite some people, if you'd like to, and we'll get into having some fun with this, and we can talk, like I said, about what we do, about what I do at Metal Coffee. So yeah, please share away and ask away, because if you guys don't have any questions to ask, I'll end this. I really don't. I don't have any reason to be on here unless anybody's asking questions. So yeah, if you have a question about what I do, what's up, Charlie? A lot of people watching. I mean, that's pretty cool. But I really, like I said, I'm here to answer questions. I'd like to answer any questions that I can about PR and Metal Coffee. So yeah, kind of a little stuffy. I don't know if you live in Oklahoma or not, but my nose is completely solid stuffed year round because this place is a allergy nightmare. I think it's Earshad. Hello, how are you? Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about Metal Coffee or anything like that, let me know. That's why I came on tonight. I'm here to answer questions because so many people out there have lots of things to say about me and what I do. And I'm telling you right now, 99.9% of them have no idea about me or what I do. They like to make things up and tell everybody things about what I do, but I promise you, I don't know them. How's it going, man? So, yeah, if you want to know what I do, I take bands, and I take their music and their information, their bios and their EPKs, and I send them to a bunch of my friends, hi Kim, all over the world who work at radio stations and podcasts and magazines and record labels. And I'm like, here's these awesome bands that I've taken the time, because I do constantly look for bands that I think deserve attention, bands that have talent. And a lot of these bands are really good at the band part of it, but they don't know a whole lot about the business end of it. So I try to help them on the business end, do the things that will help them further their musical into things. So I think a lot of people probably think that I try to tell bands how they should sound or how they should write their songs or anything. I don't have anything to do with it, and I would love to. I would love to be in the studio with bands and share ideas and give them, things that I know. Hey, Jeremy, kind of do the, Bob Rock thing, I guess, whatever. I would love to do that. Sit down and work with the guitar tones, and snare tones, and that's just my kind of stuff, man. But because I don't get paid to travel around and be a producer, I'm doing PR, which is awesome. I love doing what I do because there's so much talent out there. There's so many bands that there's no rule book out there, and I know that this may be freaky for a lot of people, and there's a changing of the guard, man. It used to work this certain way, and here's how you did it. Excuse me for just a moment. Hey, Tom, what's up, man? You got a band called Daybreaker? Cool. You need to email me, metalcoffeepr@gmail.com, and we'll get to work. We will work on getting your band all over the globe, man, because that's what I do. There's not a band that I've ever worked with that hasn't made it on worldwide radio. Not every band I've ever worked with has got a record deal. Not every band that I've worked with has had the most amazing response, because a lot of that has to do with how good your band is. And some of it also has to do with maybe where you are. It's really, really hard to get attention for bands that are in far away places sometimes. Like, I'll give you a great example, and this is one of the best bands out there, is Poker Face. Those amazing band should be touring in the United States and just getting buried in money. But it was really, really difficult for me to get them the kind of attention that they needed. And I hate that, man, because Dimitri and the ladies in the band are really cool. Hey, Janice, how are you? So sometimes, but then on the other hand, I've had good luck with Motor Militia, who's from Bahrain. So it really depends on what the people listening to are interested in. Because there have been some bands that I've signed before that I've been like, man, there is no doubt this band is going to kill it. And they haven't done as well as I thought. And then another thing is, of course, there's the whole... a lot of bands like to think that once they sign a PR agent, they can just sit back and not do anything, and everything's just going to happen for them. Well, that is definitely not true. So when the bands decide that they're going to, kick back and be rock stars, that is not usually a good recipe for success. There are a lot of bands that I work with to this day that outwork me in my PR. I can't catch up to the amount of work that they put into themselves. I'm just like running behind them as fast as I can. And those bands are successful. It's the bands that, kick their feet up and they go, hey, I'm going to be a rock star. I've hired Metal Coffee, and that guy always gets band stuff. Well, that's not always the case. Sometimes it doesn't happen, and a lot of that's because of you've got to put the work in. Just like Nick said. Which bands have I worked with that have had the most success? Well, gosh, 30 bands in 2018 signed record contracts. From Ariel's Attic to the Dirty Rats. It just depends on what you mean by the most success. Because I've worked with Core 10, and they had a former member of Korn in their band, so they were already successful. I don't know how to answer that question. Other than a lot of the bands that we work with do get signed to record labels. We got bands that end up on good tours and stuff like that. So I don't know who's had the most. That's probably for the bands. I don't know how to answer that. But, they're most of them do really well. Most of them are on the radio around the world, which is a big deal, man. Trust me when I tell you, if people don't hear you, it's a whole different thing when a person goes to your website and it says, hey, click here and you can listen to our music, and they click on it and they watch your video, and that's pretty cool. But it's a whole different thing when they're just rocking on the computer and they're listening to, some internet radio station and your song comes on. That's a whole different deal. Especially when somebody in Scotland writes you and says, hey man, I heard your band today on whatever radio station. It's different than people just coming to your site. That's another one of the biggest pet peeves that I have. A lot of bands think, hey man, so we're going to put out a Reverb Nation page and a Bandcamp page and then have a MySpace and a Facebook and yada, 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 and then everybody's going to know who we are. No, man, not at all. No, you people have to go look for those pages. That's the big difference between what I do and what Reverb Nation does. Reverb Nation doesn't give a damn if anybody ever listens to your band. All they care about is that you pay them the money to make your EPK or whatever. And then once you make it, it just sits there, flat, doing nothing. When you work with me, I take all your information and I chase people down. I go hunt for listeners. I go hunt for people to check out your band. That's the difference. Everybody's like, man, we've got 45,000 Facebook fans. Facebook don't care about you. Facebook does not care if your band ever gets heard at all. That's really, really great that you have a lot of Facebook fans. It shows you're doing some work in the social media end of things. Awesome. But truth is, Facebook doesn't care. Reverb Nation doesn't care. Bandcamp doesn't care. None of those places care. CD Baby, all that, whatever it is that you're on social media, they do not care whether or not anybody ever hears your music. I care. I chase and hunt people down basically for a living, saying, look at these amazing bands that I've found, and you need to listen to them. And because I've been doing this stuff for so long, I just happen to know a lot of really cool, important type people. So, and sometimes those cool, important people are like, all right, Moose is right, this band is pretty good. And then next thing you know, you're in Metal Injection, or Pure Green Audio is doing a story on you or whatever, that kind of stuff, it happens. And that's the difference between once you sign up for any of those other things, they just don't care. They don't care if you're covered. My success is all about making you successful. So why in the world wouldn't I try my hardest to make you successful, so that I can have more bands come along and, hey Chen, how are you? I want that. I want you to be able to look at these bands that you play with in the clubs in your town and go, dude, we signed up with Metal Coffee. Holy crap. Who was it? Brackish Tide, I think I was talking to the other day, a band that I work with, who said they've never, ever had this much attention paid to them. That's what I do. I want to get you attention, because attention is what's going to get you places. It's not just about having that, Facebook fan base or that Twitter fan base. Those are all good things. I have those too, but in actuality, unless you're out there putting boots on the ground and getting to it, it doesn't matter how many people follow you on social media. I mean, that's just, it's a lie. It's a big lie. The whole Reverb Nation thing is a big lie. Now listen, it's a good tool to have Reverb Nation and build your EPK on there. That's all great and dandy, and I'm not coming after Reverb Nation, but once again, like I was talking about earlier, those places don't care whether or not you ever get heard. If anybody ever hears your song, they don't know. Hey, did we get the $12? So, that's what they want to know. Thank you, Wretched and David. We've worked with them before as well, Austin Band. We want to work with you, man. It's my biggest goal, I think, to come on and talk with people and show them that I'm just a regular dude. I'm not some sort of like boss hog sitting behind a desk with platinum albums all over my wall, and I'm not a rock star. I'm not world famous. I'm not swimming in money. I promise. Just a regular dude who has a different way of doing things to help bands get hurt, to help bands achieve their goals, and that's what I do. And I really can't stop spreading the message of this is what I do, because there's a lot of people out there who are saying, this Moose guy is a joke. This Moose guy is a thief. He steals money. He doesn't help anybody. That's garbage. It's complete garbage. And the more I can come on social media and let people know that I'm real, and that Metal Coffee is a real thing, the more that I will do that. So, listen, man, I don't know, I've been on like 30 minutes, and unfortunately I'm not getting any questions. I was really on here for questions. So I'm going to log off. I appreciate you guys watching. And if you want to get with Metal Coffee, just email me, metalcoffeepr@gmail.com. And we'll hope to talk to you soon. I might be back on later, and we'll see if we can get some questions. See you guys.